So we're in the run up to June now for PlayStation Plus. I cannot wait to see the next set of free games. Over the past few months or so, every single PlayStation Plus title that we've got has been amazing. It's been like AAA galore. There hasn't really been that many indie titles, and that just makes it absolutely amazing for you guys. Now, one quick thing, YouTube's actually been unsubbing quite a few people from a lot of channels at the moment. A lot of the people that I've been subscribed to for years, gone to watch the videos, not seen anything, and literally checked through, and it turned out that for some reason that I wasn't subscribed anymore. So make sure you check that you have smashed that sub button. 70% of you guys that are watching aren't subbed. It's free to do, and it'd be a massive help to me as well. But we've got quite a few things to talk about today. We've got new games, we've got free games, we've got free content, and a load of other stuff as well. But as usual, before we get into all that, if you guys are looking to renew your PlayStation Plus memberships, looking for cheap PSN credit, or just looking to get pre-ordered games at a decent discounted price, make sure you check out the sponsor, Instant Gaming. The link in the description will give you a little bit more of a discount, and everything on there is usually like 20% off anyway. It is definitely worth checking out to make all your stuff just that little bit cheaper. But let's get into it. First things first, new games. Now, we've not done the drop this week. To be fair, most weeks there's usually like one new game coming out that I'm actually looking forward to checking out, so the drop video doesn't tend to happen that often. But this week there's one new game out that I'm sure you guys are fully aware of anyway, and it's Resident Evil Village. Now yes, a lot of you guys watching that have been subbed for ages will know I hate horror games. It's not something that I tend to play that much, but either way the game looks pretty cool. The giant lady is hot, and it's something that I am actually going to be checking out, whether or not I'll actually fully play the game, or I'd just wimp out after playing it for an hour. Not too sure yet, but either way, the game's out this week. It looks pretty cool, and it's something that I definitely can't wait to check out. As well this week, obviously, we've got the new update for Apex, so if we've got any BR players out there, the 3v3 mode is out, which is called Arenas. It looks pretty cool. It plays kind of similar to like Rogue Company as such, where you start off at the start of a round with money, and you have to buy the weapons that you want to use, upgrade stuff and all that sort of stuff. The kind of thing that I really love, and at the moment Apex has kind of been my go-to shooter, so to check out a new mode on it's going to be amazing. There's new characters that have got new abilities, new map updates, and a load of other stuff. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be absolutely crazy. As well this week, the PlayStation Plus new titles have gone live. They should be ready to download right now. We've got Stranded Deep, which is amazing. It's a game that I've already played, and it's probably the one that I'm most looking forward to checking out again. We've got Battlefield 5, which is a pretty cool shooter that's also got a Battle Royale mode on it. And we've got Wreckfest, which is just absolute madness. It's just a destruction derby game, but it plays really cool. But the main thing you guys usually watch for, the rumours. Now, the rumours actually for a brand new release title that releases at the very start of June, and it's called Necromunda Hired Gun. The day before the PlayStation Plus titles go live, and it's available on PS5. The rumour is actually that this is going to be the PS5 game that we're getting. Not too sure whether it's something that I'd actually play or not, and to be fair, I'm not too sure whether or not it's something you guys would be into. It's an indie FPS game set in the reaches of Warhammer's 40,000's most infamous Hive City. Now, I've no idea what that means. It looks like it could be okay though, I suppose. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything special. But if you're into this sort of stuff, it could be for you. For me personally, if it was to go free on PlayStation Plus, it's something that I'd check out just to get the content for you guys to see what it's like. But if it wasn't, I don't think it's something that personally I'd go out and buy. Either way though, leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts. If Necromunda Hired Gun was to go free on PlayStation Plus, is it something that you'd be interested in, or is it something that you'd skip straight past? Bonus content. Now, it's always nice to get something for free, whether or not it's through PlayStation Plus or a different service. And this is actually through Twitch Prime. Now, a lot of you guys probably use Amazon for like your deliveries and stuff, and if you use Amazon Prime so you get stuff for free, then you've instantly got Twitch Prime as well. So if you link it over, you've got a load of free stuff. And if you haven't, but you want to claim this content anyway, there's a link in the description that will give you a 30-day free trial to claim all this free stuff and a load of other free stuff, as well as free games as well. So it's definitely worth having a look at. But this week, the free content that we're going to look at is for FIFA 21 Ultimate Team. Now, personally, I'm not a FIFA player. I used to be, but I mean back in the day where it like FIFA 16, FIFA 17, and then I kind of got bored of it and never bought the FIFAs ever again. But there's actually 2 packs that you can claim right now for Ultimate Team. So if you don't know what Ultimate Team is, if you play FIFA, or if you don't play FIFA, it's kind of like opening packs to get players to build your own team, to face off against other players. And obviously the rarer the players are, the better stats they've got, and all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty cool, actually, to be fair. It's just one of them game modes that you can end up spending a lot of money on. But in the first pack, you get a player pick of 4 over 82 plus players and 4 gold rare players. And the second pack, you get pretty much the same, apart from it says that seasonal player items are also available for a limited time. So if you play FIFA Ultimate Team, it's definitely worth checking out. Or if you think that you might play it at some point, I'd definitely claim it. So if you do go on, you've got some decent stuff to crack on with. What have I been playing? You guys always ask in the comments or on Twitter and stuff, what stuff I'm playing at the moment. And this week, I've been playing, or trying to play, Outriders, and if you've played it, you know exactly what I mean when I say try to play, because it constantly disconnects. It's an awesome game that once you finish the campaign, which is pretty decent to be fair, you're on to like dungeon running, which is what I absolutely love about this sort of stuff. Just running through a level, killing a load of monsters, get to the end of it, kill a massive boss, get a load of loot, hopefully get some legendaries, and just boost all your stats. Now, the only thing with this game, it disconnects when you're playing with other people. If you're playing it solo, it's decent, it's okay. As soon as you get your friends in, you'll get kicked, you'll get disconnected, you'll get dashboarded and all that sort of stuff. And it does kind of ruin the game, and it's so stressful because the game is so good. But if you don't know what Outriders is, it's like Destiny and Division had a baby, if you know what I mean, because the fact that you've got different styles of characters that have got special abilities. Me personally, I went with the Trickster just because I like getting up close, right into the action, and being able to like freeze stuff and a load of other cool stuff as well. And it's the typical looter shooter. You'd shoot mobs, they drop stuff, you up your gear, the usual kind of thing. It's definitely worth a play. It's just, for me personally, the servers are kind of ruining it at the moment, because I don't play these games solo, I only play them with my friends. And at the moment, if I want to play with my friends, we spend at least half of the day trying to connect again to each other, so it gets a little bit stressful. But either way, it's a decent game, it's definitely worth a play. And on a plus note, if you do have Xbox as well as PlayStation or anything, if you've got Game Pass, it's actually free, so it's definitely worth checking out. One quick thing before we move on, if you're curious about the setup that I use, what laptop I use, I don't actually use a gaming PC, I use a laptop just because it's easier and more convenient to move around, or the mic and stuff. There's links in the description, have a look. I don't use high-end stuff, I tend to use the mid-range, so it's not too expensive. So if you're interested in kind of making your own content and looking to find out some decent stuff that's quite cheap as well, to be able to put content out there, it's definitely worth having a nosy at. But on to my predictions. Two kind of similar games, I suppose, open world shooters, action games. The first one that I'm going to go for is The Division 2. Now, the reason that I'm going for Division 2 and not the original is because personally I think the original was better. I think Division 2 had a couple of things that was a bit of a letdown in it, mostly the way that the Dark Zone worked. Now, I know it got updated and stuff, it's just it was one of them games that everyone kind of stopped playing at a certain point. I think Division, once you kind of maxed it out, people still went on it and still played it because it was so much fun. Division 2 got to a point where once you completed it, it was kind of just too repetitive. There wasn't anything special about it afterwards, and personally I got bored of it, a lot of my friends got bored of it, and we kind of moved on. But that doesn't mean I don't think it'd make a decent PlayStation Plus title. And the second one is a bit of a quirky game. It's called Outer Worlds. Now, I'll be honest, this is a game that I haven't actually played, but it's decently rated. It's an RPG game, set in like space, the usual kind of thing. It looks pretty cool. The graphics for it look pretty cool. It is a shooter. It's a story-based game. I think it's also got multiplayer on it, but I think it's more running through the campaign, and I'm pretty sure you can only do it with one person. I could be wrong, but I'm sure I read that somewhere. Either way though, again, it looks like it could be a decent game. Either way, I think it's an underrated game that looks pretty cool, and I think it'd make a decent PlayStation Plus title. Again though, curious to see what you guys think. Prediction wise, what would you like to see come to PlayStation Plus in the future? Now, before we finish up, any games that I've mentioned today, if you're looking for people to play with, make sure you jump in the Discord, which, funny enough, Discord is actually partnering with PlayStation, so that just makes things even better for you lot, just to find new people to play with and to chat with and all the usual. And again, when it comes to other gaming news that I don't post videos on, it's usually shared over on my Twitter, so if you want to keep up to date with other gaming content, make sure you're following over on there. But that's pretty much it. For this one. I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you have, a like would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.